I'm Justin's BM and best man BM, of course, not bowel movement. That would be an inappropriate joke to make at a wedding. Okay. If you can't tell, I've never delivered a speech before. This is my first time. And when Justin first asked me to be his best man over text message, I thought that this speech would come easy. I thought it'd be natural. In my mind, I thought I've been to plenty of weddings. I've heard tons of best man speeches. Surely I'd be able to reflect on speeches I've heard in the past, take bits and pieces that I enjoyed, combine them and present it here for Justin and Laura and for friends and family. But it didn't work that way. When I sat down to reflect on speeches that I've heard, I realized while I've heard many, I've never truly listened to the message. So, I had to turn a different direction, being new to the speech thing. I decided to ask a friend for advice. Now, this is a friend that all of you probably already know. This is a friend that's been there for me through most of my adult life. This is a friend that's always given me accurate and reliable answers to any questions that I've ever had. And this is a friend that's been there for me 24 hours a day. And of course, that friend is Google. So I typed into Google, best man speech, ideas, and despite my terrible search term, it actually yielded some pretty good results. There were newspaper articles, advice columns, and blogs, and I read, and I read, and I read. And when I got tired of reading, after 5 minutes, I went to YouTube. And I typed in best man speech, ideas. And I watched video after video, and I studied the presenter's cadence and their timing, their delivery, but most importantly, the message. And when I took a step back to compare what I had learned from both the Google search results and the YouTube search results, I realized the common theme, and that theme is people would often share stories, share memories. Thought to myself, that's an idea. I've known Justin for as long as I can remember. We went to elementary, middle, and high school together. We played on the same basketball teams, baseball teams. We had sleepovers and birthday parties. I've got tons of great stories to share, tons of great memories to share. I thought I could talk about the time, when Justin and I learned the value of teamwork. JV baseball with Mr. Griffith. I thought that's an idea. I could maybe talk about that up on stage. Or we could talk about the time when Justin and I, we were at his old Corcoran house, middle school aged, and we're looking out the front window, and we had noticed that the elderly neighbor lady's kitten was stuck up in the tree. And I vividly remember Justin and I looking directly at each other as if instinctively knowing what we were both about to do. We sprinted out the front door as fast as we could, and Justin was a tall boy, even in middle school. We ran over the tree that the cat was stuck underneath, got on his tall shoulders, and I reached up and saved the kitten. Just as the fire department arrived. I thought that's a story I'd be able to share tonight. Or I thought I could even share my fondest memory of me and Justin. Justin was quarterback of the varsity football team. The game was tied at 24 apiece, 3 seconds left on the clock. Justin was under center on the 50-yard line. Justin took the snap, he took a 5-step drop, he looked to his left, looked to his right, threw a Hail Mary pass down the center of the field. And as I dove into the end zone with arms extended, I caught that ball for a touchdown to win state senior year at the Metrodome. But then I thought, no, I'm not sharing any stories tonight. And in all honesty, I made the last 2 stories up, but I've never been one to do what everybody else is doing. I think you would agree with this, Justin. I've always fancied myself a bit more of a trailblazer. A humble, handsome trailblazer. So yet again, I had to turn a different direction for help with this. And it brought me to a dark place. So I got to get something off my chest. It's kind of been eating at me a little bit. I didn't have anything written for this speech up until last night. And after we went to the groom's dinner, I felt disgusted and embarrassed that I didn't have anything written. I had all this time, but I couldn't come up with anything. So after the groom's dinner, I went to the bar in cahoots, alone. And I was sitting at the bar, and somebody had noticed something was wrong, and I heard a voice say, "Why the long face, stranger?" And I looked over, and it was a 3-year-old child. And in that moment, it didn't strike me as strange that a 3-year-old child was sitting next to me, all alone at a bar, at 1 o'clock at night, on a booster seat. But I was just happy to have someone to talk to, and I said, "Well, Mikey, I have this big speech tomorrow. I've never delivered a speech before. It needs to be perfect, original, unique, meaningful, special. I'm running out of time, and I'm all out of ideas." Then he asked me a question. He said, "Matt, what are you interested in?" And that question caught me off guard. And the first thing that came to my mind was, well, I guess I'm interested in rap music. And as he took a sip of chocolate milk from his sippy cup, he said, "Matt, I got an idea. I'm going to help you with your speech, your best man speech for tomorrow." I said, "Hold on, Mikey. You're a 3-year-old. How are you going to help me with my speech tomorrow?" He said, "Matt, we share a similar interest, and that interest is rhyming." So, that's what we did, folks. No, there's going to be no MCAs. That interest is rhyming. So together, Mikey and I, we took a cloth napkin, and together we collaborated on a rhyme last night that I'm actually going to read for all of you here tonight. Let's see if you can figure out which lines my 3-year-old friend Mikey helped me out with. Two strangers meet, get swept off their feet. Two hearts become one. Girls are icky. That was Mikey's. Two souls, two minds. One love, defying space and time. Girls have cooties. White doves, white light, white dress, white rice. Wedding bells, an altar. More chocolate milk, please. And folks, it was in that moment I knew I had my speech. I knew that it would be perfect. Now, Justin and Laura, I can only imagine how special of a moment this just was for the both of you, having a custom rhyme poem read to you. Clearly the most important thing to happen to both of you today. And I prepared for this. In order for this moment to last forever in Justin and Laura's lifetime, I got you something. I did something for you. I took that cloth napkin that me and Mikey collaborated on last night, and I did what any normal, sane, logical best man would do. And I framed it. Which better go directly above your fireplace or just recycled at the end of the night. So there's that thing. No, but seriously, you guys, congratulations. I'm really happy for the both of you. You're a great couple. I think you're a great match, especially height-wise. And Laura, usually when one of the guy friends starts dating somebody new, oftentimes he'll spend more time with her, naturally, and less with the boys, right? But it didn't work that way with you. You were actually able to mesh and connect extremely well with our group of friends, whether it would be bowling or dinner or a board game night. And instead of you taking a friend away from our group, we were actually able to add one to ours, you. And that's a quality and a trait that honestly most people don't have, and that's something that I really like about you, and it's a good thing. But yeah, congratulations, you guys. And Laura, not only is it nice to have one more player at our board game nights, it's finally nice to have a little competition now too. So.